Hello, everyone, and welcome. It's Thursday. It's showtime. So let's get this ball, or let's get this ball started. No, I don't even know what to say anymore. Just waiting for some people to come on. Welcome. Hello, hello. The more the merrier. Woohoo! I hope everyone can hear me. Oh, I gotta turn my volume up. Hello to Facebook. Hello to YouTube. I need to stop saying we. I hate that. Hi, Aunt Val. Hello to my grandmother. Hello. Hello, Daniel Peyton. Everyone is now starting to join in. Make sure you say hello. Ariel, hello. Everybody love my house. Isn't it fantastic? It's so beautiful. Hello to my sister. Hello, hello. Well, but anyways, today is going to be a very interesting show because, as you know, I have the pleasure of calling Michael Learned, who was Olivia Walton on the Waltons pretty much 45 years ago, believe it or not. So, yeah, to say the least, it's been a long time. So they are celebrating 45 years. So I have a little bit before I give her a little ring ding because I'm special and have her phone number. And we're going to be talking about multiple things tonight besides the Waltons, because she also happens to be an activist. So I'm interested to see what she has to say about that and what her thoughts are about what's happening in the world now. So it's very interesting. So if you are watching, hello and welcome. She will be on fairly soon. Hello to my aunt. And if you have questions for her, please make sure to post them, and I will get to them as quick as possible. So this is going to be very exciting. The other thing I need to let you know is that she is not joining me on the screen. So this is going to be another phone call that I have to make. So if you have to, you might need to turn your volume up to hear her. But as soon as she starts talking, people just need to let me know if you can hear her or not. And I will try to fix it. So, yeah, I'm very excited to talk to her, but we'll see. So I've only got a couple of minutes before she comes on. So I just want to mention that I have been busy all day, and the emails just will not stop. And that is because people are just clamoring to get on to the show, and I've been booking people left and right today. So I've managed to pretty much book half the month already. So we're going to have a lot of interesting people coming onto the show. As a matter of fact, starting Monday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, next Monday, the following Monday after that, it's crazy. So, and what's interesting is one of these people actually is friends with Daniel. I didn't even know. So another author It's very interesting, the people that I have gotten onto the show. So, yeah, to say the least. So, I try not to be selective when it comes to people on the show, but then again, you don't want to have people on your show that people are not going to tune in, or they're not going to stick around for the whole interview and listen to it. So I try to be careful. Who is it, Dan? Let me see who it is. I believe his name is... I don't know his name. Hold on one second. I have to look at my email. But what happened is we set up the date and and everything, and we were emailing back and forth, and he went ahead and subscribed to my YouTube. He liked the Facebook page, and I'm just like, wow, he's really liking everything. That would be, I think where is he? Alan Stedham. Is that how you say his name? Alan Stedham? Hello, my sister. I believe it's Alan. But anyways, when I look up his profile, it said how what friends you have mutually. So, and it said Dan Peyton, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I did not know that. I think, yeah. I have a children's author coming on as well, which I think is kind of interesting. And I also have, I think they're all authors. Are they all authors? No, they're not all authors, I don't think. I do have a gentleman who's been acting for the past 20 years, not only in film and movies, but also in the theater. So that is interesting. I also have a guest who will be joining us from Scotland. So that's how far away some of these people are. So, yeah, Dan, he is a very nice guy. I can't wait to talk to him. So he will be on Monday. Right before your show, Monday the 22nd. Ew, it's getting windy out there. So yeah, so I can't wait to meet him. But there's a lot of different types of people that are trying to get on, and it's just I do have another author that's going to be coming on, another well, she's romance / fantasy, so that's going to be interesting, to say the least. And I believe another one is a Christian science fiction author as well. Love your hair. There's nothing wrong with my hair. I didn't do anything with my hair. I didn't have enough time, unfortunately. So, but yeah, so just keeping you up to date. So also next week, there's a comedian. I have a comedian on. So Rhett Sever will be joining us. Just to chit chat, just to pass the time. Not anything major, anything. I'm not going to have him do any comedian skits or stuff like that. But I think it's the last time that we had him on the show, it was more about what he did and stuff like that. So I think this time it's just just a conversation. I talked to Rhett Sever on the phone to let him know that I would like to have him on the show. We were on the phone for an hour and 25 minutes, just randomly talking. So it was a great conversation. So I think that we can technically do the same thing here, and have everyone, because he's really funny. So yeah, so there's that. Let's see. That's about it. So yeah, I hope people have questions, because I've seen the Waltons a couple of times. I've never really watched it. I know what it is, but I did not really do any research, unfortunately. I did read up on her, so I do know more about her. So hopefully you guys have questions, and we can get through that. She'll only be on for about 30 minutes or so. So, yeah, she also... So let me just do the skip before I call her. Let me see here. Let's see. All right. So, anyways, we all know that Michael Learned played Olivia Walton on The Waltons. She is a four-time Emmy winner. Emmy. Oh Lord, I can't. Jim. The Waltons. Yeah, the Waltons. She's from the Waltons. But anyways, I can't talk. She's a four-time Emmy winner, People's Choice recipient, and a multiple Golden Globe nominee. So, and I know that she was just in something recent called Second Acts. I'm going to be asking her about that, which I believe it's a short. Sure, thanks, Jim. Let's see, who else? She's been in a lot of things, by the way. So, and it's very interesting because obviously I wouldn't have known because I don't really watch this stuff. And when she was in this, I wasn't really around, I don't think. Maybe I was. I don't know. Yeah, so I believe she was also in soap operas. So she was in Days of Our Lives. She was in General Hospital. I don't watch those. So, yeah. Let's see. And she's also preparing to open in the stage a production of Driving Miss Daisy. So that should be interesting. I'm sorry, it's not Days of Our Lives. I take that back. She she was from General Hospital, The Young and the Restless. That's what it was, as well as a crossover character in both One Life to Live and All My Children. That's what it was. Sorry about that. So, yeah, I mean, she's done a whole quite a bit, um, as far as the theater as well. I could be a spy, but I'm not going to tell you if I am or not. Don't forget, I am in a couple of Daniel Peyton's books. But yeah, my Star Trek character is something interesting, and I like my Earth's Last Starship character there. But she's also done a lot of theater, so we're also going to be talking about that as well. So it's pretty much her career. And if you guys have any questions, please just ask away. and I will get to them because that's going to help me out the most. So, all right, let's see if I can get her on the phone because it is time for me to call her. You guys are horrible. I feel so privileged. I have Michael Learned's phone number. Pretty cool. Breathe. You can do this. Here we go. My God, it's ringing. I hope she answers the phone. Uh-oh.
Hi, you've reached Michael. Please leave a message and thank you for calling. Have a great.
Uh-oh, folks. What just happened? She did not answer the phone. Oh, no. Do I have the wrong date? No, I don't have the wrong date. Oh, no. The only thing I can think of is that he gave her my cell phone number. And I can't call her from my cell phone number because you guys wouldn't be able to hear her. Oh, no. This is terrible, terrible. What do I do? I don't know what to do. Oh, I don't think I've been in this type of situation before where I'm trying to figure out what to do. Oh boy. Let me try calling her again. Hopefully she answers the phone this time. Maybe she'll realize that it's me. No, that's not right. I'm not going to leave her a voicemail. Oh. Let me just check my email and make sure that she was supposed to answer the phone. I know she was supposed to answer the phone, by the way. I'm going to be PO if she doesn't answer the phone. She does not have a computer. So I'm actually calling her house phone. So she should have answered the phone. Weird stuff. What's weird? Oh, I'm kind of like completely hold on one second here. Oop, UPS is here. Okay, let's check my email here. Confirmed Tuesday, June 11th, 2020. Well, it is. Hello. And I realize it's 5:19 her time. Let me try calling her one more time and see if she actually picks up the phone. I don't know why Skype is being dumb. All right, so let's call her. Come on, Michael, answer the phone. She'll probably figure it out and be like, oh, maybe that's him. Or she'll probably be thinking, who the hell is calling me from Massachusetts? Or something happened.
Hi, you've reached Michael. Please leave a message and thank you.
I don't feel like leaving her a message. I really don't. She probably thinks of a telemarketer. Yeah, she probably does. I could call her for. All right. Let me call her on my cell phone, I guess, and just let her know that, yeah, actually, that is me calling you. I believe they gave you the wrong number because 366. Does anybody want Michael's number? No, I'm just kidding. She's probably thinking, there's a number I've been waiting for. If she doesn't answer, then Daniel, you're up, buddy. She's not answering. She's not answering. So, oh no, I'm upset and sad at the same time. I have no idea what to do except for to call her PR person tomorrow and bitch him out. Maybe something happened. Maybe I have no idea. Maybe she's eating dinner. Yeah, that's a possibility. Or I just might have to reschedule this for a different time. But I'm definitely calling him tomorrow because I bet you something happened where he either didn't get the message or whatever. So I apologize if you all came here to see Michael Learned from the Wallens, but it doesn't seem like that's going to happen. And here I cleaned my house, as you can see, so it was nice and clean for everyone. Yeah. Now I'm upset. I am upset. So I think what I'm going to do, considering this didn't work out, and I'm just gonna. Oh, never mind. It's too late to edit it. Okay. I apologize. I'm sorry. Copy to clipboard. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I'm totally going to. Thank you, Kayla. Thank you. I cleaned all day. I cleaned. My show is the bomb. I don't need anybody on my show. But then again, it does help, right? I know, right? What am I doing? I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't know, Daniels. Give me 1 second here. Daniel, what is your Dan, if you could message me your email address. No, I don't want your phone number. Your email address. That's too funny. I'm not calling anybody. So Alan, how are you, Alan? This is kind of embarrassing, to say the least, that I have a potential person who was just booked on my show today. There's no guest. Isn't this fantastic? It happens, right? All right. Let's see here. A little bit of... I need to save it. That's what I need to do. Oh, why am I even doing this? Copy it. Shit. It's not what I wanted to do, but that's all right. Oh, Michael Learned, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. All right. So anyways, well, and Dan has always told me, if you ever need anyone, I'm not doing anything, I will help you. I will come on to your show. He always has. Even when I needed him as a co-host, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but Daniel Peyton also has been a co-host back in the day, last year, and maybe the year before that, with another show that I used to do. So, yeah. Kudos to Daniel Peyton. So while we wait for him, because I just sent the invitation and I'm pretty sure he'll see it pretty soon, I will bring him on and we'll talk to him. And tomorrow I will have to find out exactly what happened with Michael, see if we can reschedule something. Like I said, maybe something happened. I have a feeling they gave her a different phone number. It's very strange. So you, sir, need to stay off the internet because you are just like now all over the place. We do Mondays, we do Fridays.
Yeah. A little bit all over the place.
Yeah. And now you're here. And it looks to me as if though you've gotten a new camera. Did you get a new camera?
No, I'm just got light better balanced in how I'm doing this at the moment.
Yeah. Because it does, it looks much better actually. So whatever.
Yeah,
not to say that you look bad, Dan. I'm just saying.
Oh no, I know. My shows and stuff, I get on there and it's just like I'm hoping people can tell that it's not just fuzz. So when I can go to a store where I can buy a webcam, I'm going to go get one that'll actually look good. And then I might scare people off because then they can see over the real me.
Gotcha. So I see that you have brought some followers with you.
Apparently, I went to share this, and Facebook decided instead of sharing it, they started a watch party. And so I had a watch party for this running, and so I told people, well, I want to be on here where everybody's communicating, not just my party and then over here. So I gave a link to people to go from there to the main video. So people followed me over.
I see that. Yeah, because I was like, I don't know Jim, but welcome, Jim. And then now I have Alan on here.
Mm-hmm.
So that's nice. Hello to Alan.
I saw this morning a post on our private page for the authors through Ambassador International that said they had a media thing we could do. And they said, if you want to join a radio program, the Brian Shepherd Show. And I was like, I know that one. So I was hoping someone would sign up for it because that's great. It's good.
There are actually, I believe it's Alan and someone else from Ambassador International that will be on. I believe that they booked. So
I hope more do. I hope more make room for it.
Yeah. The good thing is that there's I don't know how I did it back in the day with the other show because we only did it once a week, the show. And so every Thursday or whatever it was, I had to book people and just once a week. And I just had a gazillion emails today. Just, I guess they were clamoring in. So I pretty much have had to open Monday through Friday now. So that I guess I could fit everybody in. It's crazy. It really is crazy. So
it's good to be busy, I guess. Doing the shows.
So you for the last I don't know, I think 2 videos I have missed live your videos. But I have watched the replays, or I watched it afterwards. So how much further do you have to go until you are finished with this Star Trek? I forgot how many chapters there were.
I believe there's 25 or 27 chapters in it, and
have you written more since I've read it?
No, I what you read was the whole thing, but it's broken up. The chapters are relatively small. You might look at it than regular chapters, because reading one online, I've timed it kind of about half an hour, which gives me a good amount of time to work on it and gives me a little extra time to chat with people, answer questions, discuss the writing, all that. And so half an hour. But if you were to pick up a standard book and try to read an entire chapter in half an hour, you'd go hoarse. So it's a little more. And the thing is, I wanted to have the chapters have the feel of an episode. Like, this is a saga. And so when you're watching shows, even when they're hour-long shows, you don't realize how little writing-wise an hour-long show will be. So, like, if you took my book, this one, and turned it into a movie, I did the math. There's actually a calculation for how many words per page to make a movie out of a book. This book would be a 13-hour movie. So they'd either have to, of course, if they did by some miracle turn this into a show or a movie, they'd have to break it up into episodes or just extract everything out of it except for one tiny story. So it's, but that's how books work. You want meat and body to a book, but I broke it up so you could read it like you're watching episodes.
Sure. I mean, I am not opposed to them calling me up saying, we need you to do a screen test for us for, a movie.
Oh, yeah. As long as they don't have me doing all the voices. I think I sound like an idiot most times trying to do the different voices well enough that people get the gist that someone else is speaking.
I do have to admit, I bought the audio version of Earth's Last Starship.
Mm-hmm.
So it is kind of weird when you know that he's talking about you, and that's your character, but he sounds, I'm like, he doesn't sound anything like me. But you have to remember, these people don't know who you are. They're just reading, a script or whatever. But it's funny to have to hear it. So I've actually started reading it instead of listening to it. So,
yeah,
better.
Some people really like the audiobook experience. I guess from your point of view, definitely you're going to sit here and go, that's not how this person sounds. But one of the things recently, Ambassador, the publisher who has these people from that that know me, they hired some people to do the audio recording for Remnant. And unlike my other books, which I think were done fine, but unlike my other books, this person contacted me and had a video interview for an hour. And all they did was discuss to me. They took each character and said, okay, in your mind, how does she sound? In your mind, how does he sound? How do you pronounce this name? And whereas, the Remnant probably has some more complicated names in a lot of my books, that pronunciation, they wanted to make sure they got it right. But ultimately, I was really glad to sit there and go, okay, yes, this is how they sound. This is how they react, and it helps. And as I said, people have really loved the audio recording for Earth's Last Starship. The Bargain books, what I have here, this is they've had a lot of good response from the audio recording. So nothing wrong with how they did it, but if I were to listen to it, I probably would sit there and go, that's not how I heard it in my head, because every character has a voice in my head. I know what they sound like. But I can't really just telepathically go, okay, reader, this is what they sound like. You're going to have to just guess it on your own, to be honest.
Right. Absolutely.
Now, I'm watching this on the StreamYard, so I'm not seeing any questions or comments coming up. So if you see anybody asking questions or anything, let me know. I'd love to answer questions. I will say, I just found out within the past couple hours that they're releasing, I believe tomorrow, is going to be an anthology of short stories written by authors in the Cosby Media House. And I've got one short story in there called When a Robot Weeps. and it's independent. The story has no connection to my other stories, but several other authors in there are all his Cosmic Media authors have done these short stories. So this new anthology is coming out. That's exciting.
Kayla has a question. She says, any new book ideas, Dan?
All the time. I've actually the last couple days I've been finishing writing the last of the story for Heroes Rising, and I plan on, after I get done with that, I'm going to jump into writing another novel. And I have two that are coming to mind. First one that I'm serious about getting work done on is Earth's Last Starship 2. Is a sequel to Earth's Last Starship.
Oh.
And it tentatively is called Earth's First Starship, and it's the basically now they've got past the first story. Now they're getting back on their legs and moving forward. So it's the next adventure for the crew. So that's got some ideas and some notes and stuff. But I also have an idea for another Dragon Wand story, which is going to be more short story. In the Dragon Wand books, this is not spoiling anything for anybody who hasn't read them. But in the Dragon Wand books, you learn that Marcus, the main character, is a wizard, and he has magic in his family, and that's an important point in the story. But does his father have magic? Do they know this? Well, they did in the story. You learn that they denied this magic. They'd rather just be farmers, and Marcus doesn't want that life. He wants to be a wizard. That's the whole premise of the opening of the story. Well, I had an idea for going back in his father's past to an episode where his father starts to learn how to use magic, and something happens that makes him not want to do it anymore and give it up. Not just, okay, I'd rather be a farmer. He actually does try and then says, no, this was too bad. So I'm going to come up with like something that happens to him or from him that he decides he'd rather not do this and move on with his life as a farmer. And so I thought it'd be fun because that, gives a little more backstory to Marcus and his family. It fills out a little bit of the character around his father. Why did his father, who has magic, decide to deny it? So it's an idea I have to writing a short story there. But primarily, I think I'm going to work on the next Earth's Last Starship, or the sequel to that one. That's what I want to do.
Sure, that sounds like a fantastic idea. I fully support that.
I thought you might.
Yeah. Let's see. Kayla, I want to get the books you are in. Yeah, I've already told you how to get them, Kayla. You got money, order them. Let's see here. Although I might do a giveaway for some of those books, though.
There is actually a special at some point this month. Earth's Last Starship is going to be on sale because Cosby Media is doing special sci-fi month this month. They did superheroes last month. They did fantasy month before. Well, this month is science fiction. And so all their sci-fi authors, their books are going on sale. Some of them are free. I don't know if Earth's Last Starship is going to be free or 99 cents, but even at 99 cents, that's a steal. So right. for the ebook, print book, I don't know if it's going to make any deal on that one, but the ebook is going on sale. So if you are interested in getting that one as an ebook, then grab it when it's 99 cents because that's the best deal you can do.
Right. Absolutely. Jim, do you ever feel like writing about me? Laugh out loud.
Well, Jim's laughing because a few months back, Jim Sadler, he's from England. He's a friend of mine. He's a player in the game Heroes Rising and a fan of my books. So he's a really well-rounded guy. And we were talking and discussing his character in the game, who's named Fleagle. And Fleagle is a dog man person who got transformed part dog, which kind of reminded me of one of my characters. So I sat down and helped him write his story, but it's a totally different spin on the superhero dog creature thing than Bark. It's nothing like Bark's story. It's totally different. I drew a lot from his actual life and experiences to create some backstory for his character, and I enjoyed writing it. It's a real short little story, but I enjoyed writing it, and so yes, that's where he's kind of getting tongue in cheek there with me on that, because I have helped him write his story and make his character, and I've put his character in the actual canon lore stories for the game. So Fleagle has cropped up a few times, and he will very soon, Jim. very soon in the stories that are coming out right now, the lore stories, Fleagle is going to make an appearance, and I think you will quite appreciate how I put him in the story.
Kayla wants to know, have you ever written a prequel to any of your books?
Yes, actually, I have. I never thought I would. I honestly did not think that was a good idea until I sat down, and it didn't start out as a prequel. But as I started writing this story, I saw it as the pre-story to Legacy of Dragon Wand. There is a book called The Apprentice Prophecy. I have not published it yet. It's been sitting on my computer probably for 3 years now, but it tells the story of the ancestor, a great ancestor to Marcus, and tells the origin story of the Dragon Wands, of the Heart of Darkness, of all kinds of stuff that is in this book and is going to be in the upcoming series of the sequels that are following it. So in the future, probably not too far away, a prequel to the Dragon Wand series will be set, but it's set about 2,000 years before the first Dragon Wand book.
Absolutely. Another question from Kayla. Do you draw your own cover photos for your books?
No, I like to, but I've gotten more experience with art in the past few years. But when I published my books for Dragon Wand, for Bark, even for Earth's Last Starship, the publishers chose the art for the books. Now, especially for Bark, I had sketches and drawings of the characters drawn, and they asked me what I wanted for cover art. And I said I wanted book 1 to be the main character, Bark, book 2 to be his best friend, who is Bolt, and book 3 was going to be his girlfriend, who is Snow. And I had character drawings of them, and they sent them off to a comic book artist who took those and recreated them as comic book art for the covers. Mm-hmm. For Earth's Last Starship, I had a wonderful experience with that one. The artist who did that one is actually, he's worked with Nickelodeon and other companies as an artist for movies. He did work on Iron Giant, Titan AE, a few others back in the late 90s, early 2000s. And I met him on Facebook, and I was lamenting the fact I really wanted a very specific type of cover for Earth's Last Starship, and I couldn't find it. And he sat down and drew me up a very wonderful cover for it. And my publisher was just all amazed at this. And so we that's the cover for it. He did better than I could.
Yeah, the cover came out very well. I liked the cover. Let's see, Kayla, I've never gotten an ebook. I'm guessing you read it on your phone. Technically you could read it on your phone, but if you have a iPad or a Kindle reader, mm-hmm. Nook, whatever, that's how you read those books and download them and pay for them. So yeah, yep. Amazon or Barnes and Nobles, they each have their own electronic book readers, I guess.
Yeah, and they actually have a desktop app. So if you're working off of a laptop, sure, you can read it off of a computer. But phone, I actually use my phone as my Kindle. I use that to read books on, really, because not only do my camera and my phone with me, I also have my book with me. So
yeah, I've tried reading things on my phone. My phone just for some reason is just too small, so I use my laptop or iPad.
I use my iPad to read the Wattpad book, the Star Trek book. Yep. That's what I read off of my iPad because it looks really good on there. So, and yeah, Kayla, here's a suggestion for you. If you want to try out reading a book on your phone, check out the link to my Star Trek story on Wattpad, because Wattpad has a design to also come up on your phone to where you can read it there. And it's free. It's totally free. All the books, my book's free on there. It's a platform for people to share like fan fiction and stuff like that. So you could look at that and read a chapter or two and just see how well it works for you. And I can tell you the Wattpad's good, Kindle's better. So if you can do Wattpad and you like that, Kindle's an even better platform.
Mm.
And any other questions, comments, anything on writing?
What is the biggest or longest book you've ever written, and how many pages?
That's a very good question. I don't really count pages as much as you might think. Authors count words. And the longest single book I've written is Remnant. And it comes in, if I'm remembering correctly, it's been a while since I counted this, it comes in over 130,000 words. And to give you kind of idea how big that is, that's twice as big as one of the Legacy of Dragonwan books. So that's pretty long. The publisher wanted it to keep it long, so I'm okay with that.
Right.
But that's and that's fine. Nobody's complaining, which I'm fine for. I thought people would not want to read a real big, heavy book like that. They want it in 2 parts, but people like it, so I'm okay with that. I am all okay with that.
I'm surprised that you can't see all these comments because my last guest was able to read all the comments as they were coming in. So,
well, as I said, I'm looking up a StreamYard, and StreamYard, its page has a chat thing in here. Let me see. Wait a second. I think we have the wrong thing. Aha! Never mind. Yes, I can see the comments.
I was about to say, I don't mind reading them, but
newfangled technology.
She is looking for. Kayla is looking for the link. I'm assuming for Wattpad.
Okay.
I don't have that.
I will share that with y'all.
Okay.
Here you go.
Let's see. So I'm pretty sure that there's the link for the Star Trek story 11th Fleet. Is not a published book, but something that you could read online because it's fan fiction. So yeah. I guess Kayla also wants to know, what books do you enjoy reading yourself?
Well, it's funny. I tend to read a lot of nonfiction. I read a lot of nonfiction stuff, but like right now, I'm reading through the Harry Potter series again, reading from Harry Potter. I like science fiction and fantasy. So what I write often when I read. So I do like science fiction and fantasy. I love classics. Now let me tell you something. I love classics. I've read the original versions of things like Tarzan and Christmas Carol. I read Christmas Carol almost every single year. Let's see. I read. I'm trying to think some of the ones I've read. The Jungle. Earth to the Moon, a lot of H.G. Wells stuff. So yeah, I like classics, but if I'm just picking up something newer, I particularly like science fiction and fantasy because that's what I like, and I prefer young adult, not because young adult is because I like young stuff or just what I write. I prefer stuff that's going to particularly be clean. There's a lot of, especially in the fantasy realm, because of one particular book series, Game of Thrones. They love to throw a lot more gratuity in it of that I don't, sex and violence. It's just more than I want to read. So I like reading adult because they typically lean towards being cleaner. That's just my thing. Terry Pratchett, yes, as Jim just mentioned, Terry Pratchett's good. Yes. So I wish I could read more. I wish I had more time to read. But between writing, editing, and promoting, and then working with the game, The Heroes Rising, and I'm writing and promoting and working on that a lot, I find that I'm squeezing reading in whenever I can.
Completely understand. My aunt loves A Christmas Carol. Understandable. Yep. So do I. So yeah. Let's see. So you have your next. I guess we might just call it the Daniel Peyton show.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. Tomorrow evening.
Mondays and Fridays at 9 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Which is good. So if anyone wants to catch Daniel, you can see him on the Facebook page. He makes sure that he lets people know when it's coming on.
Yeah, I'm not well known enough to have people know. I go live and they all just flock to me. I have to really, really blast it out there. Yeah,
I've gotten lucky over the years, so you'll get there. But I mean, like I was telling somebody else, maybe I was talking to somebody and I can't remember who it was, but I was talking about, your videos and stuff. And, afterward, have you gone back and actually not watched it, but I don't like watching myself, but I'll go back to see how many views I've had.
No, I haven't really done that. I pretty much haven't gone back to look. I only go back to look when people leave a comment. I'm very particular about making sure to respond. One of my pet peeves in this world is when I'm wanting to ask a question or something, especially online, and 5-6 days later, I might get a response. I don't like that. I don't want to be that person that is now. Of course, as I said, I'm busy, so there are times that I just can't, and I respect that people are busy. But there are times that I'm just sitting there thinking, I'm waiting. And for the people have the time, want to spend the time watching my video and have an honest question about what I'm doing, I want to respond. So I go check those very much as often as I can. So yes, see, my friend Jim Saddler says he's from England. Right now it's 2 a.m. for him, and I know he's been injured recently, so you need probably to go to bed, Jim. We'll see you hopefully tomorrow night. But Kayla asks, if you were to give a new young writer advice, what would it be in terms of writing? I like to give a lot of promotional stuff, but if it was just about writing, here's a piece of advice that I wish somebody had told me a long time ago. Writer's block is fake. Fake news. The thing is that people anybody who's writing can sit and get to a part in a story where you're just struggling because it doesn't feel like you can get to the next scene, the next part, and you will stop and you'll get angry and you'll just stop yourself and never write and then struggle over it and spend days fussing over it. The best way to break writer's block is to write, because writer's block is this imaginary idea that you can't write. That's not real. If you got a computer, you got your fingers, you got a pencil, you got paper, you can write. You may write garbage, but you'd be amazed to how well writing, even though you don't think you can, will push you through your writer's block. You might go back and go, well, I'm going to erase all this and start back over, but you're now ready to go. So as a writer, especially a new writer, that's one of the problems a lot of new writers have, is they struggle with writer's block. Don't worry about writer's block. That is an imaginary problem. It's all in your head. Just write and write. And as I said, if it comes out it's garbage, that's what editing's all about. So here. Jim says they go through me. I don't know what that means. My friend Jim on here has been through quite a bit of injuries over the past year, and I feel for him. Him and stairs do not get along. Kayla says, good answer, because I'm sure inspiring writers worry about writer's block. Yes. Oh, yes. That's a classic thing. And unfortunately, popular media has made writer's block into something that it isn't. It's not that big of a deal. I've seen television shows and movies where they have this writer character who has spent years off of writer's block, and his publishers are just all upset because they've got nothing new from them, and they've finally in the show or movie have worked through it, and all of a sudden they have a masterpiece, and they finally worked through the writer's block. I'm sorry, that's fictionalized, romanticized idea of a writer who is way over emotional.
Just trying to see if we've missed anything, but now that you can see,
yes, I can see him.
Yeah, I didn't actually know that Gus could see the comments. That's weird. But anyways, I don't think. All right, they're talking amongst themselves. I never thought about writer's block, and you're right. You can always write and or type, so there's no such thing as writer's block. Okay.
What I like to say is that the writer's block, by stopping yourself from writing, is not real. What you can have is a writing wall, which is where you've written yourself into a corner or something in a story, and the story is just not cooperating because no matter what path you put your characters on, you've screwed yourself up. All those they're either not going to work or that doesn't make any sense. That's one problem. That and people call that writer's block. They're sitting there and they love what they've written. It's their darling. They've got to this point, and now what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? It doesn't make any sense. It's not going to work. And yet you're not realizing you've got to go back about a scene, realize where you wrote this corner in, erase it, and start fresh and get your characters from being in that corner. And then you can write around that wall, right around that corner, and suddenly the story's flowing again. But a lot of people fall in love with their own story, with what they've written to a point that they'll never erase anything. And so they've done something to their characters, made them Mary Sue's, where they can solve any problem. Well, suddenly, oh gosh, now I can't give them a problem because there's no problem in their life. Well, guess what? Go back and take out the Mary Sue part of their life, and suddenly now you can write your story.
Mm. Anyways, I'm getting error messages. I don't know why. But anyways, if you were to pick any fictional character in any book whatsoever to be, who would it be and why?
Here, that's again. If you were to pick any fictional character in any book whatsoever to be, who would it be and why? I'm not clear on the question. If I want to pick a character, any fictional character in the book that I would become,
That you would want to be.
That's a strange question. I've never thought about that. You know, I honestly partly because I'm currently reading them, but I probably want to be a fictional character, a character in the Harry Potter series because it has all the fun of magic and dragons and that, but it's in our world. You know, whereas it'd be great to be in Tolkien's world, but that the entire world is very, rustic, medieval. Or if you want to be in Star Trek, you're way in the future and stuff. Whereas for Harry Potter, you get to stay in this world in our time and all that, but you get magic and dragons and all the fun stuff that goes with that too. So that would be it. Again, maybe Kayla just caught on, such as the character in Harry Potter. So I wouldn't want to be Harry because he's got a bullseye painted on him that looks like a lightning bolt. Everybody is after him, or to protect him, or to kill him. I'd want to be somebody like. I don't know, just random Percy, whoever, somebody in the story that's a wizard, great, good guy, but is not a constant target for being tormented. Yes, Jim's joking. You wrote yourself into a book. Yeah, my Star Trek book is me. It's my main character is me. So yeah, and Brian's in it, and so is a lot of people.
Mama Peyton's in it too.
Yes.
So
Dad,
I work with her. So yeah.
My dad and brother show up way at the end. So
Absolutely, yeah. Let's see. My sister Heather says I want to be Batman on retirement, rich and doing nothing.
Oh yeah.
My computer's talking. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah. I guess nobody wants to ask me any questions for me? What the heck here? All right, never mind.
I'm the famous guest here.
Yeah.
People are going to log into this and go, he was on the Waltons?
I'm going to have to do a lot of editing. So, yeah, most definitely.
Let's say I let myself go after 45 years.
Yeah. Yeah. In some ways, I'm relieved it didn't happen because I was really nervous. I don't know why, but I was really nervous. But if it did happen, it would have been a good thing because I've been waiting for at least 2 weeks for this. But I just... And this isn't the first time that we've had an issue with his clients, because if people remember, I called, who was it? Richard Pryor Jr.
Yeah.
And for some reason he thought it was, oh, you didn't call me at the right time, then, because they gave him the wrong time, and it was a big mess up. That was very awkward interview that one time. So
You may be getting a call in a few hours when it's 8:00 her time.
she knows that it was 5:15 her time, which is 8:15 here. So it says it right in the email. Like I said, something must have just happened. So I will call him tomorrow. So yeah. It's a very interesting question. I think I'll let you answer that for yourself, Jim. Let's see. Kayla. Oh, Kayla's now asking me a question. What do you care, Kayla? Who would you want to be? Fictional character. A fictional character? I don't know, to be honest with you. There's a lot of characters that I would love to be. Oh, I'm sorry, Ashley. She asked first. I believe that I would want to be.
We have your choice. I've written you as a starship captain, and I've written you as a wizard. I've written you as a commanding officer on Star Trek.
I think that I usually always my go-to book is Earth's Last Starship. I'm the boss, so I'm the big guy in the chair. It's a great story, it really is, and people need to read that one. Yeah, so I think that I would, because it's my name, right? It's Captain Brian Shepard, right?
Yep.
Okay, and
in every story, it's your name.
That's true. Yes. But in Star Trek, for some reason or another, I have been demoted. I'm a commander, I believe, which is still a good rank, mind you. But so it kind of changes things. But no, I would definitely want to be either one. Either one, I think, was good. So.
And I'll say this:
Dan's mom. Hello, what's better than that?
Yeah, well, and don't forget that your character has a wonderful character arc that leads to something great at the end. I'm not going to say it because I have listeners on here, and I want them to follow the story.
Yeah, and it's probably a good thing that you didn't say anything, because I have forgotten. So I got to go back, and I do have to go back and read it. Lord, you're not going to let this go, are you, Jim? The answer is yes, obviously. Yes. But no, I do have to go back and read it. So it's a good thing you put the link in there. So I'm on Wattpad, so I think I downloaded it on my phone, as far as I know, because it was Goodreads, I believe, on here. Don't you have something on Goodreads?
Well, yeah, my books are all listed on Goodreads, but Goodreads is literally just it's like a Facebook for book readers. You have books on there, people review them, give them stars, talk about them. They have little book circles on there, but all the books on there are just links to the books on Barnes & Noble and Amazon and stuff. People don't really publish stuff on Goodreads. I have Wattpad and I have Inkit. Inkit is another platform for publishing books, and I do have a story on there, but it's currently technically unfinished, so I'm kind of leaving that one, and I'm leaving that one alone for a bit. I might come back to it at a future time.
Right. I'm trying to remember why I downloaded it. I think because I had to vote for something. Did I have to vote for something? Okay, yeah, because then I got a lot of requests from people to be friends with me on Goodreads, and I'm like, I don't know that you have these people, but I'm like, okay, Hey, why not, right?
I get hundreds of them a day on Goodreads. I don't really follow Goodreads very closely because Goodreads has a lot of professional reviewers on it, and they have book clubs on there that all get together and read books. However, there is a lot of trolls on Goodreads. The people who just go on there and they give bad reviews. There are people who take pride in the fact that they go to every single book. Literally, they have tens of thousands of reviews because you don't have to have bought anything or anything. You just go on there and review it. They just give 1 star, and that's their review. Is just give every book on Goodreads they can get their hands on. They give 1 star, and they think that's fun. So, and there are people who are just harassing. Goodreads has really kind of a bad name, in my opinion. I kind of avoid it. I'd rather be in other places.
Right.
But Wattpad, yes, Wattpad has an app you can get for your phone, but you can read online too. And when you're reading the book, make sure to you can like every single chapter. You just give it a star. There's not 1, 2, 3, or 4 stars. Just 1 star. You just give it a star. Say you read it, and that makes Wattpad want to promote the book to more people. And I know it's free. I'm letting people read a free book, but hey, getting my name out there is part of the game. Kayla asks where I'm from. That's actually an extensive question. I'm from Oklahoma. I lived in Tennessee for 18 years, and now I'm living in Michigan. So right now, at this very moment, I am in Farmington Hills, Michigan. I won't give you an exact address. That's as close as you can get.
That's right. Yeah, don't ask me, Kayla, or anything. See, nobody cares about me. Jeez. No, I'm just kidding. She already knows where I live. Let's see. No harm done, Jim. No harm done. Let's see. Oh my goodness, it's 9 o'clock already. I can't believe time flies every time when you're on. And half the time I have other guests on. I can never get them off quick enough. So good. So tomorrow at 9 p.m. right here on your Facebook page, and people can see it because normally you tag me in it, and people do see it. I always share when you tag me if you're in your videos there.
What was your question, Kayla?
What?
She said you skipped a question.
I don't see any question from you, Kayla. She did mention that I can't wait to read the books you're featured in, Brian. Okay. I don't see. Oh, anyways, have you ever had interest in writing a book yourself? Oh boy, that's a very good question. I mean, I guess I could quickly answer that question. Yeah, I was in the middle of writing a book with somebody else. So I guess co-author or whatever. I was giving the ideas. She was putting them on paper. That's what pretty much the relationship was. And then she would read whatever she would put in to me, and I would suggest yes, no, maybe change this. Like I was giving her certain details, like no, he drives this kind of car, or he went to this university, or so. And then she would write everything down and then read it back to me. So I don't know what you want to call that, but that's the partnership I had with her. But anyways, it was a murder mystery. And of course I was a character in the book by name. And so, yeah, unfortunately, I no longer work with that person. I have been in contact with her. I think I have the first couple of chapters on my hard drive, but that's pretty much it. I personally have no ambition to finish it. I also started doing a science fiction book, but that didn't go anywhere either. So yeah, I have lots of ideas, but I just don't. I'm not very good at putting them down on paper. So I can see what's happening. I can see everyone's names. I can come up with all that stuff. But when it comes to the storyline, I'm not very. I I see it in my head, but I'm not very good at putting it on paper, so I kind of give up.
That's something I can't remember who said it, but they said everybody wants to write a book until they try.
Right? Yeah, it's easier said than done. Let me tell you. So
Yeah. It is. Everybody I meet whenever I do book signings, it's inevitable that. Okay, I can't say everybody, but almost everybody I meet when I do book signings, so I'll say, "Oh, I have this wonderful book idea," and my answer is, "Oh, have you started writing it?" "Oh, no, I've just been thinking about it for the past 20 years," and I'm like, I don't want to be discouraging because they may write the next greatest book of all time, but I hear it all the time, and they sit there. I have people sit there and try and tell me their idea, like I'm going to sit there and write it for them, and I want to look and say, I don't need your idea. I've got plenty of my own. But if you want your story, you've got to write it. But and if you can't, if somebody starts writing and they've just always wanted to try and they do, it doesn't work out, either work harder, keep practicing, or realize, and it's true, realize not everybody's meant to write a book. There's things I'm never going to do, and I'm satisfied that even though it was an ambition at one point, I let it go.
Absolutely. So yeah, there's to answer your question. Sorry about that. So yeah, I missed your question. Jim, you're good, man. You're good. No harm done, like I said. Let's see. I think that's pretty much it. I don't see any other questions unless you see something that I don't.
No, I think we're good.
Okay, yeah, we're writing book yourself. Yeah. So make sure you catch Dan tomorrow, 9 p.m. right here on Facebook. He usually tags me. I always share it. And I don't think I'm going to be doing anything tomorrow, so I should be on there watching it. I have no excuses for tomorrow. So,
yep.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Well, unfortunately, I didn't have my guest as planned, but I had the second best thing. So, Daniel Peyton.
I always come in second, but
Sorry about that. Yeah, but so there you have it. So, yeah, so I'll see everyone Monday, as a matter of fact. So there's a show on Monday. I apologize, Dan. So we have, it's almost like we have this Facebook TV lineup. Yeah. I'm gonna be on first, and then it's gonna be you afterwards, which kind of turns out fine because that way I just turn mine off and I go to you on your page. So I really don't even have to leave my beautiful, beautiful home.
Lovely.
Yeah, I know. So, yeah, make sure you tune in tomorrow, everyone. Make sure you like and subscribe. Yeah, it's YouTube too as well. So subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Like and share if you're on Facebook. That goes for his tomorrow too, because I said so.
Yes, tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be on my own page doing this. Watch Brian. He'll definitely share it if he remembers. Everybody get on there, share it, like it. I'll be talking about writing and books. Of course, be chatting up about the Earth's Last Starship because it's going to be on special this month. And then I'll be reading another chapter in the Star Trek 11th Fleet story. And I'm deep into the story now. I believe I'm on chapter 7 or 8 of episode 2 of the story. So if you go to that Wattpad link and read, you can actually read what we've done so far, or watch the videos. They're all on my page. But come on over at 9 o'clock tomorrow night. I'll be on between 9 and 10 to chat, talk, write, whatever, and we'll have fun there.
Absolutely. I was supposed to say something to someone, but you know what? Now I don't know where they are. But anyways, congratulations to Heather and Kayla. Also, my Aunt Valerie's watching as well. Winners of Sylvia Schultz's book, Fractured Souls. So I will get those to you as soon as possible, unless Kayla wants to come up tonight and grab it. You're more than welcome to, Kayla. That's just an idea. But that's it. But thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. even though it didn't go as planned, we still had a great, fantastic show. Thanks to Daniel Peyton. He's always around the corner waiting to helpful, which is awesome. And that's pretty much it. I will see everyone Monday at 8 o'clock.
I hope to see everyone tomorrow night at 9.
That's right. All right, everyone. Have a fantastic night.
Bye.
Thanks for coming on, Dan.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Yeah, no problem. All right, everyone. Have a good night.